Hello, my name is Veronica and welcome into the Learning Lab. And in today's lab, I want to share just a little bit about my storage needs and my storage organization. But first, we're going to start out with where it started and how it's going. So come on in and let's get started. If you've been with me for a while, you may have seen the video where I picked up a lot of these Cropper Hopper storage systems from Tuesday Morning. There's a beautiful little black and white thing that goes across here to hold your stamping blocks. Ordering the laminate sheet started with my Peachy Keen set. And in here I was keeping Prima, rubberneckers, and my nest dolls. But right now it's only Peachy Keen. As you know, they have gone out of business and they're not selling anymore. I did hear some are available through their Facebook page, so you might want to check that out. Now, when I got mine, the one thing I did, it came like this with this tip on here for hanging. So I went ahead and cut that off so that they would fit flush into my container. As you can see, this is pretty thin, and every time I open it to take them out and put it back, pretty soon that was going to give way on me, and I wanted something a bit more substantial. That's when I ordered the 5mm thermal laminate sheet. These stamps are at a weird size. This envelope is actually 9 by 6 1/4, but the usable space on the inside is down to 6. And I didn't want it swinging around in there, so I just cut my laminate to that and went ahead and got those squared away. I also had some small stamps that I had ordered, and they're cute, and I wanted to put those in a pouch because of their size, and I knew they would not fit the small Avery L size, and I didn't feel like going all over the place looking for some, so I decided to make my own. I stacked them together so that they would line up with this, and there's just a little split there, and I can pull those out. Once I did it though, I realized, wow, this flips back and forth. What can I do to fix that? And I went to here. This used a lot of laminating sheet, but I have 200. I needed something on the back as a solid piece to make this hold together so that they wouldn't flop around. And since I only had a couple of those, I went ahead and made my own. Now, if you're looking at this, this is where my side was coming apart. I tried to glue it. I was practicing and experimenting around, but I'm not throwing this away. The storage police are not going to come to my house and say, oh, you can't use that because you had to cut another piece to reinforce that side. It is not that serious to me. I do like keeping the cover with it because it tells me exactly what it is. I am not going to spend any time labeling these. And this last one, I have made a pouch for it. I just have to slip it in. And then one other thing I did was I made pouches for my Prima girls. Because of their odd shape, I didn't want to invest in buying 50 to 60 of those when I only had like 6 or 7 dolls that I wanted to put in there. So I did that for my Prima doll. These are my paper nest dolls that I purchased at my last expo. And let's take one of the larger ones. I do believe they will fit into the smaller Avery L pockets. I think they're 5 by 5 1/8. And yeah, looks like they'll fit in there. And that's going to house all of my paper nest dolls. The only other thing I have to house are my rubbernecker stamps. I did just leave them in here until I was sure where I wanted to put them. And I think also I'll do the same thing. And I may be able to get 2 of my girls in here just to save on a little bit of space. So I may have to trim them just a little bit on the side so that I can see the picture. But I think that's going to be great because I only have a few of them. If they had not fit into this, then I would have cut something from that beautiful 5mm laminate from Fellows. Here's how this one started, and as a matter of fact, it's still going really well for me. This is where I have stored some of my Spellbinder dies. I think I have 4 containers of this one. And I put this in one of the substantial crates because this is really heavy. I am still storing them the same way as I did a while back. I cut off the front to go on there. Underneath here is one of those save the date magnets that I got on clearance at Michael's many years ago. And I can just store my dies right there. So if you are considering any of those save the date magnets, the adhesion isn't the best. But it holds my dies on. As you can see, that the ring is actually under there that you can put on. And I've seen people do them where they're like, oh, I bought those save the date magnets, and listen, it really sticks. Yes, it does, but not that well. If you shake it too much, they will come falling off. But because I'm keeping them in this sleeve, this actually works well for me. I did label these because the visual of it is really buried. So I tried to put all my ovals together. This one actually doesn't go there. Moroccan. it should be rocking at the back. But anything that had to do with circles, so all of my circles are there together. All my squares and rectangles are together. My tags and labels are all together in here. And then when I get to like the damask or the Moroccan or ironwork, that's where those are all kept together. So that when I'm replacing it, I know exactly where I need to go to put that back in. I am looking for another one of my magnet sheets so that I can store these 2 damask ones. But for now, they're in my long bag, and I don't remember how long that are and where I actually got them. Looks like it's 5 3/4 by 10 3/4, something like that. But it's the perfect height for when I have those really long ones in there. Like when you have the, so when you have the long strips, this is the perfect height for those. So here's some additional Spellbinder dies that I have. They are all done the same way where they are marked. Now these I didn't put into a sleeve. I think I'm going to leave them into this paper one. And of course I need to rip off those hang tags that are on there. But this doesn't bother me by having them this way. I can just flip through and quickly find what I need. They're much slimmer, takes up no space, whereas the majority of these came in that big plastic package, and I didn't like that at all. Over here on the side, I do have some of my impressibilities. Ooh, there's an embossing plate in there. Those are actually kept with my Spellbinder embossing folders. Additionally, I have this small set of Spellbinder dies, and they're the little ones. And again, I think I'm just going to keep them in here. Now there are some that didn't come in that sleeve that looks like this. It was in the little plastic thing, and I had to cut it apart. So I have these little envelopes that they fit into, and I actually did double duty on this one. So I have this one on the front, and then this one on the back. And for now, this works for me. The only problem with having double duty is that sometimes you forget the other one is back there unless you are totally flipping through. But this works. I am happy with it. These are actually dies from another company, but they're small and they work. So I am actually happy with this particular way that these are being stored. Don't have a problem with that at all. So I have loads of paper cut. My new envelopes arrived, so I'm ready to get started on that. But the paper I used to cut for this is some that I got at Tuesday Morning, and this was a few years ago. And it was the Cardstock Warehouse Paper Company, and it's 100 pieces in here. And it says that it's acid and lignin free, archival quality, which is fine by me. But I found when I was using this paper, it just didn't stamp very well. It's really chalky, and I didn't care for that. Normally, I would use my Michael's White Recollections, a 65-pound weight, to put in the back of my sheets, but I went ahead and cut this up because I'm not going to use it for anything else anyway, and it was a really good use of paper, and I think I had maybe 3 packs of these. Once after that first pack, I realized I wasn't going to use it for stamping. I thought, well, I can use it to mount something on, but putting them inside these sleeves is fabulous. I've got a huge mess going on right now, but that's what happens when you're organizing. As always, thank you for joining me in the Learning Lab today. Please be sure to check out my blog that I sincerely need to update. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for all of your support. If you're new to my channel, thank you. Subscribe, hit the like and notification button, and the next time I'm being extremely creative, you'll hear about it. Until then. So I thought I was gone, but look what I found. I found a save the date magnet that I can use. And I am now going to go ahead and put my 2 damask ones on here, put them in, and get those put away. Bye for now. Okay, so I know I thought I was gone, but when I am opening these, I will take one of my blades and go across the top of here. Slice that open, then just a little bit down the side of each one. When you're using a blade, always cut towards yourself and not away. Oh yeah, and then that's what that does. It opens it up for me where I can pull this back, and then I can slide all of this out of that plastic without taking off a limb. I did that on all of my Spellbinder ones before I ordered some sleeves of which to put these in. I just took my X-Acto knife, made a slit across there, right there, and then that allowed me to be able to easily pull this out and put it back in until I got my storage folders to put it in through. Just a quick safety tip for you. Okay, so y'all, I'm going for real this time. Okay, y'all do know I ain't never really gone. Clay Kane says that all the time. I'm back. And I'm back because somehow I wound up with 2 of these. There are a lot of other dies I have 2 of too. But this one was handy. If you've stuck with me this long through all of my shenanigans and I'm gone, I'm back, I'd love to send this to you. Please do not comment here on the YouTube video. I will need you to go to my blog, which is in the description, inkollusions.blogspot.com. Leave a comment under this picture. I'll draw a name and I'll send it to you. Caveat, US only. No international, please. It's just way too much to ship. And as much as I would love to send it to you, US only. This giveaway is open to US residents residing in the US only. No international shipping. Okay, I'm really gone this time, y'all. Bye.